I can't play fast anymore. Those times are over. Welcome to more screaming petals. Petals? What are petals? Petals are the things on flowers. This is not a flower. This is not cute. This is PlexiTone. Metal? No. Why don't we lift that mystery right away? Let's see. Are we a modern pedal? Don't know. I clearly don't know how to play the riff. So, you could call it, a metal pedal if you wanted to, but obviously that is not doing it justice. Let's go straight into, some me noodling rhythm and some very bad blues soloing so you can hear different facets of the thing in context right now.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Control
And obviously we're back, otherwise you wouldn't be here. Huh? Okay, the Carl Martin PlexiTone. Thank you, Carl Martin, for supplying me with this amazing pedal. What is a Plexi? Well, you know, what do I know? I really, I don't have a single one of those big M. I think we can say that, Marshall. I think we're gonna say Marshall. I mean, it's one of the most classic tones. If you ask me personally, Marshall isn't delivering the goods anymore. They used to, and there's a lot of fame around them and a lot of, legend. But you gotta have a good one. You gotta find a good one. And frankly, well, I guess those 4-channel things aren't so bad. But it's not the legendary tone that you know from all these albums anymore. So a lot of companies bring you pedals and bring you alternatives to get to that amazing classic sound. Now what this is doing is not the Jimi Hendrix type Marshall tone. Please correct me if I'm wrong, comment below. The Brown sound. I get asked what pedal do I need for the Brown sound. My answer to that would be that one. I'm pointing there, which is weird because it's probably up there, but for me it's down there, so I'm pointing there instead of up there. I actually read up on it. What is the Brown sound? Well, Eddie Van Halen had, an old Plexi and just cranked the living shit out of it, and it was modified and boosted it with who knows what. The result was a screaming tone. Eddie Van Halen, come on. And that's what he called the Brown sound. And today, the Brown sound it's a word, it's a description for a sound, but many people don't actually know what it is. When I hear Brown sound, what I imagine is something warm. Brown for me sounds warm and round and kind of like a Fender Bassman with a little bit of drive. That, for the word brown, I associate that with it, but that's not what he meant, and that's not what that means. The Brown sound is that screaming 80s, push to the limit sound, and the PlexiTone can give you exactly that. And the staff from Carl Martin was nice enough to actually instruct me on how to set it up correctly. you have to have your amp, which in this case is a Sweetwater 18, cranking just the tiniest bit, not really clean, just a little bit of fizzle-fuzzle in there, so that this pushes it way over the edge. But let's go to the setup right now. Yeah, it's PlexiTone time. Okay, so there is the PlexiTone Carl Martin on the pedal testing station. That's the camera recording it and the lights lighting it. Yeah. Okay, so we're going from the guitars with a Mogami cable. Let's talk about cables today. With a Mogami cable, Nortrix sound plug, into the input and straight with a really good cable from a company that I don't know, but very thin, into the Shure Badger 18. And the red plug shows you the direction, so that's a directional cable. Yeah. To any cable manufacturers out there, you know, I mix up a lot of cables. I think this is a Klotz, and then there's a Planet Waves over there. I also have loads of Monster cable. So anyone wanting to only have their cables sitting there, and me talking about how really cool they are, in case they're actually cool, you know, write me a message. So, that was a little plug. So, to show you some effects while we're doing the demo with the Shure Badger 18, going into the Shure 112 cab loaded with a warehouse speaker, Veteran 30, recorded with a Shure SM57, straight up kind of, you know, that's exactly where the center is. It's not always in the center, by the way, so you need to make sure that, yeah, that's good. You know where your speaker is. On like the Fender Hot Rods, the speakers are to the left, so make sure you actually know where your speaker is. So take the center, take the edge, find out where it is, and go smack in between. If you go too much in the middle, you get a lot of harsh high end, and it kind of starts to sound even a little bit, you know, like those digital amps, if you ask me. So find out where the middle is, you know, feel it or open it up, and position it right in between. Yeah, that's my thing. Okay, so we keep the EQ section relatively straight, I think. Gain, well, I'll talk more about that. So, in the loop, we have the Dr. J Shadow Echo in the absence of a Carl Martin delay, which I hope I can test as well at some point. They have really nice ones, like the Ecotone, the Delayla, and many more. And then for some reverb, if we do, you know, slightly distorted stuff, the Carl Martin Headroom, it doesn't get better than that. Powered, by the way, with a Carl Martin Pro Power, right now going out of 7 and 8, which sport 350 milliamps instead of the 150 on 1 through 6. It sounds like I rehearsed this, but apparently I deal with this shit so much that I actually, you know it. There's more pedals from other companies. And we're testing this single coil with an LSL T-Bone. Doesn't get better than that. And we're going a little bit more low budget today, but not really. PRS SE245, very nice Les Paul type guitar. Did you hear that, Gibson? I said Les Paul type, not Les Paul. So you cannot sue anyone. Still have to clean up in here a little bit. And yeah. Okay, that one's coming at some point as well. And moving on back to you, Henning. Yeah. And you're back, otherwise you wouldn't hear me say that. So, the options on this thing are mannigfaltig, one would say in German, which means a lot. So we got your drive switch, which turns on the overdrive, or the distortion in this case. And that is actually engaging the crunch gain level. If you want the high gain, the select switch has to be in. So this by itself will be the crunch. This with the select will be the high gain. Gets kind of noisy, but hey, it's high gain, come on. And then you have the boost. You've got the overall level and a tone, which of course gets you brighter sounds or more dull sounds. It's kind of like a, I'm gonna call it a high-end roll-off, but let's see if I'm right about this. works subtly, which is great. All the way to the left, there's not too much high-end roll-off, but nice enough to actually adjust to your amp, and the Sir Puppy here is a little bit brighter. And even on full onto the plus side, it's not so piercing that it's not usable. For me personally, for lead sounds, this is to scream, this is to, punch an eye out. It's not necessarily to sing as much. I mean, for a lead sound, I imagine a little bit more mids, but that's not the discipline that this one excels in. This one excels in, stabbing you through the head with a wooden cooking spoon. But in a nice way. I think that's a perfect description for this puppy. So, we're gonna go through a couple of settings, and I'm thinking I'm gonna be on both pickups, why not, which in clean will sound like so. Do you hear it's breaking up just a tiny bit, maybe a little bit more? By the way, EL84 with the tube as a rectifier. What do I know? So, when you're gonna go crunch, everything will not center here. All the way down, pretty much engaged at 0. It adds just a tiny bit of clarity. I mean, you immediately want to rock out. You want the band to start to kick in. This is really fun. For bluesy tone, I'm missing a little bit of the mids, and it's very precise. The attack is on the dot, so the creaminess isn't really there. Let's see if we can dial that in a bit. Yes, we can! Yes, we can! Add some delay. Yeah, okay, I'm convinced. I'm convinced that this is a really cool pedal. I mean, if you just don't want to stop playing, that's the sign that this is a really high quality piece of gear. Price-wise, by the way, you're looking at about 240, 250 euro, which in dollars will run you somewhere between 250 and 300 probably. Let's crank this puppy up a bit more and see where the crunch can take us. Just like a good amp, you need to know what you're doing. You need to be able to play, because it doesn't forgive anything. It doesn't mask any mistakes you're making. So just don't make any mistakes. Now with boost, I'm sorry guys, but there's a lot to do here, so we're gonna go crunch, and we're gonna boost it. Okay. Okay. I'm getting close to the point where I'm realizing, how good guitar gear can be. This guy helps. Really, really nice guitar right here. Even though, under $1,000, so keep that in mind. But thank you, Carl Martin, for this little bit of orgasmic experience right here. We're gonna take it down in a notch with the Telecaster. So if you wanted a little bit more vintage, you wanted a little bit more classic, I'm gonna go single coil and and just actually maybe boost it a little bit. So this is by itself. Please comment about the horrible right hand technique I'm displaying right here. Okay, this is the Carl Martin PlexiTone. A little information I forgot to mention is the fact that it doesn't take batteries or 9-volt DC. It actually comes in the back with its own attached outlet, so you need to plug it in the wall or power outlet or something like this. Possibly a downside if you have a pedal board and you already have it all wired up with one power cable going to your power supply, so that might be a little bit of a downside. But really, something that sounds like that, who gives a flying rat's ass where you plug it in? See it as kind of a 3-channel thing. You have a boost and 2 gain stages, 2 gain settings. Something that can, if you have an amp that has a good, slightly cranking, clean sound, can pretty much take care of a lot of your sounds right off the bat. Possibly, depending on the type of music you're doing, take care of all your sounds. The setup we have here is a reverb, which with a good delay you might even skip, even though the headroom is very nice. So this puppy, a good amp, delay pedal. Really? I mean, seriously, what else do you need? What? Go away. See you next time.